In the spacious, empty courtyard, EngSubs sat at the head of the table, a hint of anticipation in her voice. It's been 20 days already. I wonder how Xiao is progressing. It wasn't that EngSubs doubted Xiao's ability to succeed in refining the pill, but she was concerned about the speed of his progress. After all, if he delayed too much, it would certainly affect their entrance into the ruins. And if they missed that window of opportunity, her injuries, along with whatever treasures awaited in the ruins, might be beyond recovery. Miss Qin. Before her thoughts could dwell too long on her concerns, a cold-looking man appeared in the courtyard, wearing a long, billowing coat. He had arrived in an instant. This man was none other than the figure seen before in the incense pavilion, a powerful 9-star Do-D, likely tasked with protecting EngSubs. Given the magnitude of her background, it was no surprise someone of his strength was assigned to guard her. What are you doing here? EngSubs' previously calm expression flickered with a trace of anger. She snapped, her tone sharp. She had already told him not to enter the incense pavilion so frequently. After all, there were many within the pavilion capable of capturing him, and if those old men found out, it could cause serious trouble. Miss Qin, matters in the Empire have become urgent. In less than 3 years, chaos will surely engulf the land. The cold man's voice was tinged with anxiety. You carry royal blood, and your talents are extraordinary. We've all been waiting for your return, so you can't stay here any longer, Miss Qin. Otherwise, your brothers, envious of what you possess, might send powerful experts to deal with you. His concern was genuine, for he did not want to see his lady fall into danger. I know what I'm doing. EngSubs' voice turned icy, her once gentle demeanor vanishing. Now, she spoke with the authority of a ruler, cold and commanding. I've already said that once this sect competition is over, I'll return to the Empire to take control. Her aura shifted dramatically, becoming one of power and authority, a presence that only those of true royal lineage could possess. But, Miss Qin, the resources on the Xinling continent are far too scarce, the man began again, but his words faltered. How is father? EngSubs cut him off, asking in a soft voice, as if the question held no weight. The medical immortal, Elder Chui, has already said, His Majesty has less than a year to live. The man's voice trembled slightly, revealing his unease. I understand. You may leave now. Upon hearing this, EngSubs felt a sudden, sharp pain in her chest. Sigh. The man let out a deep sigh before vanishing from sight. My father was once a true Docian. How could he become so frail? There must be some hidden secret. My brothers have clearly been up to no good in my absence. EngSubs muttered, her voice laced with resentment. Even if Elder Chui, with his immense power as the medical immortal, says it's hopeless, this issue must be far more complicated than it seems. Her voice grew heavier with each word, anger bubbling to the surface. After all, the Xinling continent is the weakest of the 4 continents of the Do-D. Even Guanglu's homeland is not the strongest. Only my homeland, the Empire, reigns supreme on the Do-D continent. EngSubs sighed as she spoke, her thoughts wandering. Then, without lingering any further, she left the courtyard, heading off to attend to something. Meanwhile, in the storage room of the courtyard, Xiao had finally prepared everything. Now, all that remained was the critical step of condensing the pill. Phew. After 20 days, I've finally refined all the necessary ingredients. Xiao let out a deep breath, his gaze fixed on the black demon cauldron, which held several clusters of medicinal materials. Among them were the Blood Ocean Heavenly Spring and the Fallen Star Branch, along with several other mixed herbal clusters. These secondary herbs were meant to neutralize the main ingredient's potency. Off to the side, the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder remained tightly bound by Xiao soul power, waiting to play its key role. This final ingredient was crucial to the pill's formation. After all, the Mystic pill was a particularly unique concoction, and without fusing it with the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder during the final step, the pill would never successfully condense. It's time to begin the fusion. Xiao eyes gleamed with satisfaction as he surveyed the medicinal energies within the cauldron. Blood Ocean Heavenly Spring, Fallen Star Branch, come forth. With a wave of his hand, Xiao Yan's brilliant soul power surged towards the two clusters of medicinal energy within the black demon cauldron. Pft, pft, pft. Despite having been refined, both the blood ocean heavenly spring and the fallen star branch seemed to possess a trace of sentience. They quivered, as though frightened of Xiao Yan, trying to escape his control. You think you can run? Condense. Xiao Yan sneered, his voice cold. He had spent far too much time and effort for them to slip away now. With a commanding shout, he unleashed a torrent of energy, suppressing their resistance. If you recklessly attempt the fusion before the resistance subsides, the resulting pill may exhibit some undesirable properties. Such a pill would be far weaker than a properly fused one, and might even have additional side effects, rendering it defective. Swish, swish. As soon as Xiao Yan finished speaking, the two blobs of liquid began to shake violently. At this moment, the immense medicinal power contained within the two blobs was forcibly fused together by Xiao Yan, causing a series of tremors within the black demon cauldron. I didn't expect the medicinal power to be this intense, Xiao Yan murmured to himself, noticing the difficulty in merging the two blobs. If left to fuse on their own, the resulting explosion could very well shatter the cauldron. Fortunately, I was prepared, Xiao Yan chuckled. Immediately, a mass of multicolored herbs, specially concocted by him to neutralize the medicinal powers, was added to the stubbornly fusing liquids. These multicolored herbs, designed to balance the medicinal power, quickly calmed the two liquids upon entering, allowing them to merge at a visibly faster pace. It's working, Xiao Yan exclaimed in surprise. Even though Xiao Yan had supplemented the prescription with additional herbs to neutralize the medicinal powers of the blood ocean, heavenly spring, and the fallen star branch, he still worried they might not suffice. Fortunately, his concerns were unfounded. Next, I need to refine it with the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder to complete the pill, Xiao Yan said, watching the slowly forming pill with a smile. Thunder, come forth. As soon as Xiao Yan spoke, the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder, which had been restrained within the black demon cauldron, broke free and became wild and violent. Roar, roar, roar. The Azure Flame Mystic Thunder, upon escaping its bonds, erupted with an extremely ferocious aura. Despite lacking intelligence, the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder contained overwhelmingly violent power. Heh, just a mindless Azure Flame Mystic Thunder, and you think I can't control you? Xiao Yan sneered, his palm emanating the sacred flame's power, ready to drive the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder into the pill for refinement. Sensing Xiao Yan's intentions, the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder attempted to escape in a frenzy. Too late, Xiao Yan said calmly, swiftly acting to prevent the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder from fleeing. The Azure Flame Mystic Thunder is quite a unique existence. Although it's a type of thunder, it's different from typical thunder formed during the pill thunder tribulation. The Azure Flame Mystic Thunder is used in the final step of refining the Mysticine pill. Xiao Yan recalled from his knowledge about the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder. Come here, Azure Flame Mystic Thunder. In the next moment, the slowly merging medicinal liquids in the black demon cauldron began to form a small, dragon-eye-sized gray pill. Buzz buzz. The Azure Flame Mystic Thunder roared in anger, sensing Xiao Yan's command. Despite containing violent power, the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder lacked intelligence and could only be controlled by Xiao Yan. Refine for me. With a surge of soul power, Xiao Yan directed the fiery red Azure Flame Mystic Thunder towards the gray pill. The Azure Flame Mystic Thunder, peculiar in its changing colors, from gray to fiery red, then to gold, floated erratically. Boom, boom, boom. The moment the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder touched the gray pill, intense tremors emanated from the black demon cauldron, originating from the gray pill. It seems the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder is purging impurities from the Mysticine pill, Xiao Yan realized, smiling. Boom, boom, boom. Inside the black demon cauldron, the red thunder energy surrounded the gray pill. With each roar of the thunder, wisps of white smoke floated from the pill. These were the impurities being expelled by the Azure Flame Mystic Thunder. It's been about 25 hours, Xiao Yan noted, closing his eyes slightly, knowing that this process would take a while. Xiao Yan sat in meditation for 3 more days. During these 3 days, He continuously used his vast soul power to control the azure flame mystic thunder in expelling impurities from the gray pill. As Xiao Yin persisted, the sky outside the fragrant courtyard gradually darkened, and an indescribable, terrifying aura began to form. This boy is truly daring. He just advanced to a second-rank Imperial Alchemist and immediately began refining a second-rank Imperial pill. Judging by the commotion, the pill he's refining must be of a high level, thanks to Xiao Yan's remarkable talent in alchemy, and partly because his recent breakthrough to second-rank Imperial Alchemist was due to my own guidance. A smile crept onto Yiming's face as he reflected on the situation. Master, is that Xiao Yan's aura? Out of nowhere, Long Fuyao, a proud young woman, cautiously broke the silence, her gaze fixed on the ominous sky in the distance, thick with thunderclouds. Known for her arrogance, Long Fuyao had always prided herself on her alchemy skills. Among her peers in the incense pavilion, none could match her talent, until the arrival of Xiao Yin shattered that confidence. Indeed, Yiming confirmed. Judging by the intensity of these thunderclouds, the quality of the pill he's refining is exceptionally high. It may even develop a pill vein, Yiming remarked with a soft smile. A pill vein? Long Fuyao was taken aback. That's impossible. After all, Xiao Yin had only just advanced to second-rank Imperial Alchemist. For him to attempt such a high-level pill refinement so soon, and even generate a pill vein, demonstrated a natural gift in alchemy that was nothing short of extraordinary. The sheer intensity of these clouds is frightening, Yiming observed, deep in thought. This thundercloud? Long Fuyao shifted her focus to the skies above the Qinshin courtyard, where the dark clouds loomed, and she could sense the unmistakable aura of danger emanating from them. It's been a long time since I've seen such thunderclouds, Xiao Yin chuckled to himself, watching the mystic Yin pill in his black demon cauldron take its final form. However, this thundercloud signaled a critical step in the refinement process. If he didn't endure the impending pill thunder tribulation, the pill would be wasted. No, my puppets haven't been used in a while, and they can't withstand this thunder tribulation, Xiao Yin mused aloud, realizing the limitations of his golden puppet. In that case, I'll handle it myself. With the power of the sacred flame on my side, there's no way this thunder tribulation will pose much of a threat. Xiao Yin snorted coldly, disappearing from the storage room and reappearing above the Qinshin courtyard. Boom, boom, boom. The thunderclouds had been brewing for some time, and the moment Xiao Yin arrived, they erupted with lightning that crackled across the sky. What kind of thunder is this? Xiao Yan's eyes locked onto the pitch-black lightning before him, feeling an overwhelming sense of danger radiating from it. It's earth mystic thunder. Yiming, watching from the alchemy room, gasped in astonishment as he recognized the black thunder from the skies. Given Yiming's vast experience and skill in alchemy, his shock spoke volumes about the terrifying power of the thunder triggered by Xiao Yan's pill refinement. Earth mystic thunder? Long Fuyao echoed in disbelief. As an alchemist, she knew exactly what that meant. Among second-rank Imperial alchemists, only two types of thunder were most feared: Earth mystic thunder and Heavenly mystic thunder. Heavenly mystic thunder, golden in color, usually accompanied the refinement of third-rank Imperial pills, though rare exceptions occurred. Meanwhile, Earth mystic thunder, black in color, only appeared with some of the most challenging second-rank Imperial pills. Together, these two were known as the ultimate nemeses of Imperial alchemists, as no one could assist in dealing with them. The alchemist had to face the thunders alone. This made them especially terrifying. I just hope the kid can make it through, or else, Yiming muttered, his concern clear. Should Xiao Yin struggle, he would step in at once. Earth mystic thunder, huh? Xiao Yin whispered to himself, determination gleaming in his eyes. Today, I'll see for myself if this legendary thunder is as fearsome as they say. With that, his entire body ignited in flames, and he shot straight into the heart of the thunderstorm. Tisk, this kid is so reckless, murmured the high-ranking members of the incense pavilion, all of whom had been keeping a close eye on Xiao Yan's activities. The moment he provoked the thunder tribulation, Mu Shuzi, Xiong Yuan, Zhu Jin, and the others stopped what they were doing and looked up at the sky. After all, Xiao Yin had become a key figure in the incense pavilion. These elders wouldn't let anything happen to him. Haha, now this is the kind of disciple I'm proud of, Zhu Jin said with a gentle smile. But don't worry. Xiao Yin possesses the power of the sacred flame. While he can't yet wield its full strength, never underestimate the sacred flame. A mere earth mystic thunder won't be enough to harm my disciple. Zhu Jin's voice rang with unwavering confidence in Xiao Yan's abilities. Boom, boom, boom. No sooner had Zhu Jin finished speaking than the thunderclouds above erupted with a terrifying force. The immense energy drew the attention of many disciples within the incense pavilion, who raised their heads to watch. It's truly terrifying. Some disciples gazed enviously at the figure of Xiao Yin in the sky. Being an alchemist was undeniably a highly profitable profession. Unfortunately, the harsh requirements excluded many talented individuals, leaving the disciples of the incense pavilion shaking their heads in frustration. Reaching the level of a second-rank imperial alchemist? Such talent would naturally evoke envy in others. These thunderclouds are really strong, Xiao Yin muttered softly as he fixed his gaze on the pitch-black earth mystic thunder within the storm. Earlier, he had used the power of his sacred flame to wrap around himself, directly entering the earth mystic thunder in an attempt to shatter it from within. However, to his surprise, the earth mystic thunder possessed intelligence that surpassed even that of humans. The moment Xiao Yin made a move, it detected him and began fiercely resisting. Facing such rejection, Xiao Yin had no choice but to temporarily withdraw from within it. Crack! Crack! The next moment, the earth mystic thunder transformed into a massive black tiger. Its jaws slightly parted, and a terrifying force that could devour the heavens and earth began to spread. I don't believe this, Xiao Yin exclaimed, sensing the fearsome energy radiating from the black tiger. That level of power might even overwhelm a true 7-star Do-D expert. Haha, this will be interesting to watch. Thunder in this form not only increases its power, but also amplifies its strength, Yi Ming observed with a sudden laugh. Xiao Yan's remarkable abilities had piqued even the prideful Yi Ming's curiosity, making him eager to see how far Xiao Yin could push his limits. Is that Xiao Yin? Ling Xian, who was deep in cultivation, was drawn by the booming sound of thunder. He's refining a second-rank imperial pill? And he actually succeeded? Ling Xian couldn't believe it. She knew Xiao Yin was more powerful than herself, but the difficulty of alchemy far surpassed cultivating Do Qi. Xiao Yin had outclassed her in both areas, making the little demoness of this place quite disgruntled. Humph, is Xiao Yin even human anymore? How frustrating, Ling Xian sighed, feeling unusually irritated. Heh, you can't blame anyone else for that, a voice suddenly chimed in. It was Zhu Yuan, the unassuming second senior brother from the Earth Hall, who had appeared out of nowhere. Second senior brother, you're back? Ling Xian's mood instantly lifted at the sight of him. Her senior brothers in the Earth Hall adored her. Though it might have something to do with her being the daughter of the Earth Hall's master, Ling Xian didn't really care about that. Yeah, I'm back. Zhu Yuan smiled faintly. I've come to bid farewell to Master. After so many years at the Incense Pavilion, it's time I ventured out on my own. But what about the upcoming relic exploration and sect competition? Ling Xian was initially surprised but quickly voiced her concerns. Without you, our Incense Pavilion will probably end up at the bottom again. You've got Xiao Yin now, haven't you? He's stronger than me. Zhu Yuan left her with that statement before slowly walking away. Of course. So, that's how it was all along. Second senior brother, you really didn't have to go through all that trouble. Ling Xian gazed at Zhu Yuan's disappearing figure, finally understanding why he had deliberately challenged Xiao Yin. It was all to pass on the mantle, stepping aside to let Xiao Yin take the spotlight. Xiao Yin, you better not fail, someone muttered in the bamboo pavilion, clearly anticipating Xiao Yan's performance. Just a mere thunder spirit, and you think this emperor can't handle you? Xiao Yin sneered, then fell silent. He muttered an incantation under his breath as a yellowish sacred flame slowly emerged from his body. Roar! As soon as the black tiger sensed the presence of the sacred flame, it let out a few deep growls, clearly feeling threatened. In an instant, the black tiger launched an attack. Its massive black paws lifted slightly before slamming down at Xiao Yin, unleashing an overwhelming pressure that seemed to consume the heavens. Go! Faced with such a powerful strike, Xiao Yin neither dodged nor retreated. He activated the flame mantra, and waves of unique Do Qi surged forth to meet the black tiger's attack head-on. Boom! 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 Explosions echoed endlessly across the sky. Let's add another strike. Flame-splitting sea-devouring ruler. The battle wasn't over yet. Xiao Yan's ancient ruler of heavenly flames materialized in his hand, and with a sudden surge of power, his aura intensified. A much larger wave of force shot toward the black tiger. Bang! 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 The black tiger, its vision obscured by the initial blast, failed to notice Xiao Yan's second attack and was caught off guard. Spurt! 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 Not good. Xiao Yan had no time to celebrate. The moment he laid eyes on the black liquid, a wave of numbness surged through him, spreading an indescribable paralysis across his entire body. Roar! Roar! The massive black tiger, seeing the effect of its attack, let out a few triumphant laughs before bolting toward Xiao Yan at terrifying speed. If it struck him, his body would likely be pierced through. Not good. Xiao Yan's expression turned frantic with fear, but the numbing effect in his body rendered him unable to move. Yet, the black tiger failed to notice the brief, strange smile that flashed across Xiao Yan's lips. Die! Netherworld heavenly wrath. As the black tiger, cloaked in destructive energy, reached Xiao Yan, his sense of weakness vanished. A surge of immense soul power exploded from him, slamming into the tiger. Caught off guard by the attack, the black tiger had no time to defend. Struck at such close range by Xiao Yan's overwhelming soul power, the tiger's body began to blur, eventually shattering into countless fragments before disappearing entirely. With the black tiger's demise, the dark clouds overhead gradually dispersed. In the black demon cauldron, the gray, dragon eye-sized pill also calmed. It worked, Xiao Yan muttered with satisfaction, glancing over at Mu Shuzi, Zhu Jin, and Yi Ming, deliberately acknowledging them with a nod. Haha, this kid. A few elders watching from a distance couldn't help but smile. Yet, they knew now. Xiao Yan had far surpassed their expectations. His future potential was limitless. With the pill complete, now all that's left is to wait for Qin Xian to return for the trade. I wonder where she ran off to. Xiao Yan murmured, carefully placing the mystic Yin pill in a fine jade container, then stowing away the black demon cauldron. He headed back to the courtyard, waiting for Qin Xian's return. As Xiao Yan finished refining the pill, everyone else returned to their cultivation. Meanwhile, in a secluded cave deep behind the incense pavilion, agonized cries echoed through the air. Ah! I can't fall yet. There's still so much I need to do. Qin Xian's beautiful eyes were filled with immense pain, while a strange pink hue spread across her flushed cheeks. Her bare shoulder was exposed, and on it, a bizarre red flower pulsated, exuding a terrifying, deadly aura. The entire cave was bathed in a strange, eerie red light, all of it originating from the flower on her shoulder. The red flower on Qin Xian's shoulder seemed alive, pulsing as if it were a real, breathing entity. The power contained within was immense, far surpassing that of an average 9-star Do D. Stop! Qin Xian gritted her teeth, her brows furrowed, and sweat beaded on her forehead. Her entire body was drenched in cold sweat from the strain of suppressing the flower's sinister energy. The red flower seemed to respond, its glow gradually dimming until it finally receded, and the cave fell silent once more. Qin Xian slumped to the ground, gasping for breath. She had lost count of how many times this had happened. And worse, she had no idea what this red flower was. All she knew was that while it granted her immense power, it was slowly devouring her life force. Her hope was that Xiao Yan's refining of the mystic Yin pill would help suppress it. Otherwise, each flare-up of the flower's power brought her closer to both physical and mental collapse. Damn it! What on earth is this thing? Qin Xian muttered in frustration. Despite her vast knowledge and the influence of her connections, no one could identify the flower. Resting for a moment, her face regained some color. With a cold snort, she dressed herself, covering the flower. I wonder how much longer I can endure this. Shaking her head, Qin Xian muttered to herself. The torment brought on by the flower was beyond words. I hope Xiao succeeded. If the mystic pill from that ancient manual doesn't work? Her voice trailed off, filled with worry. The manual had cost her dearly, and if the pill didn't help, curing this affliction might be impossible. Well, there's no use thinking about it now. I'll head back first. After adjusting her breathing and concealing any signs of her fluctuating aura, Qin Xian raised her delicate hand. A brilliant surge of life force emerged, opening a small gap in the sealed cave entrance. 3 days have passed already. Where could Qin Xian have gone? 3 days had passed since Xiao had completed refining the pill, and he had been sitting here waiting ever since. Time flew by in the blink of an eye. Xiao Qin Xian's movement was swift as lightning, and in an instant, she had returned from the back mountain to her residence. As soon as she arrived, she saw Xiao sitting at the head of the table, his eyes closed as if resting, and she immediately called out in surprise. Qin Xian could sense that Xiao aura was calm and steady, something that could not have been achieved in just a day or two. It was clear that Xiao had already finished refining the pill and was waiting for her. You're finally here. Upon hearing her voice, Xiao slowly opened his eyes and said with a slight excitement. Although he had received the recipe for the mystic pill and 2 sets of ingredients in secret, what mattered most to Xiao was the specific medicinal herb he needed. While the rest of the ingredients were valuable, without that particular herb, they would be useless, reducing their overall worth. Did it succeed? Qin Xian asked softly, her voice filled with disbelief. The mystic pill was ranked as the peak of the second-rank imperial human-grade pills, and even some veteran alchemists would take 2 or even 3 months to refine it. To think that Xiao had succeeded in just 1 month, it made Qin Xian's opinion of him deepen even further. Fortunately, I didn't let you down, Xiao replied casually, not wasting words. With a flick of his wrist, the mystic pill, which had been resting on the table, floated into the air and drifted toward Qin Xian. Qin Xian, quick and agile, immediately noticed the pill on the table. Its enticing aura caught her attention, and her eyes lit up. She swiftly reached out to catch it, and as she held the pill encased in a fine jade container, an intense and brilliant fragrance filled the air. A pill vein? Qin Xian exclaimed as her eyes landed on the mystic pill. The discovery left her thrilled. Pill veins only formed when a powerful alchemist refined a pill, and it was an extremely rare occurrence. Looks like I underestimated you before, Qin Xian remarked with a playful smile, toying with the valuable mystic pill in her hand while eyeing Xiao with interest. Somehow, he seemed even more powerful than he had been a month ago when he started refining the pill. How does it look? Xiao asked calmly, not rushing her as he handed over the pill. He had full confidence in the quality of his work, so he allowed her the time to inspect it thoroughly. After a brief moment, Qin Xian finished her examination, and Xiao gently inquired, So, to be such a young and talented second-rank imperial alchemist, you're a real monster, Qin Xian teased, giving him a slight mockery with her words. Don't worry. I always keep my promises, Qin Xian added, slowly rotating the exquisite storage ring on her finger, a clear sign that she was ready to deliver on her end of the deal. As she made this gesture, the air in the courtyard suddenly grew colder, and Xiao gaze intensified with anticipation. Here's your promised reward, she said, producing a wooden box and handing it over to Xiao. Xiao took the box, his fingers tracing its surface delicately. The moment he touched it, a cool sensation seeped through, but he showed no hesitation. His eyes flickered with curiosity as he seemed ready to open the box. Don't. This item is highly volatile. You'll need to suppress it with cold energy. Otherwise, opening it carelessly could cause it to disintegrate into nothing. Qin Xian warned him urgently. I know, Xiao responded. However, just as he finished speaking, he closed his eyes and a terrifying surge of flame energy and soul power immediately wrapped around the wooden box. What's he up to now? Xiao wondered, puzzled. Xiao Yin was clearly using his soul power and flame energy to verify whether the item inside was what he needed. Turns out it really is the Gale treasure fruit, Xiao Yin's satisfied voice echoed after a short while. Pleasure doing business with you, Xiao replied, equally satisfied. Though the Gale treasure fruit was immensely valuable, it wasn't of much use to her. Meanwhile, Xiao Yin had crafted the Mystic Een pill for her, making it a fair trade. In that case, I'll take my leave now, Xiao Yin said, preparing to depart. Oh, and if you need any more pills refined in the future, don't forget to come find me, Xiao Yin added with a light chuckle before vanishing from sight. Who'd come looking for you again? You greedy alchemist? Xiao muttered to herself, clutching her shoulder. With the Mystic Een pill in hand, she was confident she could finally suppress the red flower's effects. With the commotion over the pill refining behind them, the incense pavilion returned to its usual calm. Meanwhile, rumors began circulating, confirming the appearance of ancient ruins. However, detailed information from within the ruins was still a month away from being revealed. For the next month, the entire mystic three heavens would be in turmoil. Within the Myriad Flowers Pavilion, after the disappearance of the Pavilion Master, who had always been preoccupied with countless matters, all affairs were now handled by the Deputy Pavilion Master, Hua Yun. Fortunately, through some discreet methods, Hua Yun knew that the Pavilion Master was not in any real danger. It was clear that this absence was only to attend to personal matters. Second Master, where do you think Master has gone? In a quiet room, Yuru asked Hua Yun obediently. Ruer, what do you think is the hardest thing in this world? Hua Yun cleverly avoided the question and asked in return. The hardest thing? Perhaps cultivation? After all, for an ordinary person to reach the level of a Do Xian like Master, even with talent and background, who knows how many years or lifetimes it would take, Yuru pondered for a while, not understanding why Hua Yun had posed such a question. Heh, I used to be nothing more than a servant girl by the Pavilion Master's side. She never looked down on me, and I followed her as she traveled far and wide. That's how I eventually gained my current strength. The Pavilion Master has always been proud, harboring a lifelong dream of heroism. But during our travels, we encountered many people, and quite a few of them were outstanding. Among them, the most remarkable was Pavilion, the current master of the Incense Pavilion. Back then, the Pavilion Master, proud as she was utterly humiliated by Pavilion. In the end, she came here and founded the Myriad Flowers Pavilion. The reason she founded this pavilion was to give us sisters a place to belong. That's why there are no men here. The Pavilion Master was hurt too deeply by Pavilion. Hua Yun spoke each word with care, her voice filled with resentment toward Pavilion. But Yuru felt puzzled. If her second master hated Pavilion so much, why had her second senior brother spoken on Pavillion's behalf when he came here a few days ago? It didn't make sense. Pavilion has always been wild and free. First, he wronged our Pavilion Master, and then he provoked the leader of the poison sect. The Pavilion Master was once a kind and gentle woman. It was only after the poison sect master appeared that her heart began to change, Hua Yun continued. Yuru nodded slightly. Having spent so many days in the Myriad Flowers Pavilion, she had always trained under the Pavilion Master's guidance, and could sense her master's deep bitterness toward men. Sigh. Let's leave this for another day. For now, your main priority is to focus on cultivation and wait for news of the ruins that will emerge in a month, Hua Yun said softly. When the ruins are discovered, the Pavilion Master will likely return, she added. Thank you, Second Master, Yuru responded sweetly. How is the matter of your inheritance coming along? Hua Yun, realizing she had said too much, quickly changed the subject. I've encountered a perfect 5-star Do D while facing my tribulation. But this tribulation doesn't seem as straightforward as it is for other cultivators. Yuru shook her head, unable to figure out the reason. Don't worry, I'm sure the ruins will help resolve this issue, Hua Yun reassured her. After all, the Pavilion Master had mentioned that Yuru's inheritance problem would be solved within the ruins. Though the specifics were unclear, given the Pavilion Master's strength as a Do Xian, There was no doubt in her words. Yuru nodded lightly, then bid farewell to her second master and left for her residence. Xiao Yin, I wonder how you're doing now, Yuru murmured to herself. Every time she thought of that man, who carried a heavy ruler on his back and faced enemies without fear, a faint smile would appear on her lips. In a forbidden area within the Myriad Flowers Pavilion, the Pavilion Master, Fun Tian, and the Poison Sect Master slowly appeared. This place is off-limits in the Myriad Flowers Pavilion, so no one will disturb us. Say what you have to, said Hua Xian, the Pavilion Master of Myriad Flowers, her tone cold as she looked at Fentian and the Poison Sect Master. Yuner, Fenton began but hesitated for a moment. After sensing his surroundings, he realized everything was just as Hua Xian had said. With no further delay, he spoke. You? What's the matter with you? Hua Xian asked mockingly, clearly finding the situation amusing. After speaking, she cast a mischievous glance at the Poison Sect Master, who was standing nearby. The Poison Sect Master, her face partially concealed by a thin veil, only sighed and smiled bitterly at the situation. Fentian, I'll give you one chance. Say what you need to say here, and once you're done, you'll return to being the master of the Incense Pavilion, and I'll continue as the master of the Myriad Flowers Pavilion. We'll owe each other nothing. Hua Xian's delicate figure stood tall, her tone brimming with hostility. Sigh, Xianer, I've wronged you, Fentian said, casting an apologetic glance toward the Poison Sect Master before speaking again. Fentian, stop your theatrics. Hua Xian's voice was filled with anger. Fentian had hurt her deeply, and seeing him now, alongside the ice-hearted sect master, made her furious. Why? What makes me any less than Bing Xian? Why would Fentian choose her over me? I'll explain it myself. Bing Xian, known for her cold and arrogant demeanor, had seen enough in Fentian's gaze to understand the truth. Some things are never ours to begin with. Sympathy and love are two very different things, Bing Xian thought quietly to herself. She turned toward Hua Xian, her expression resolute. Hua Xian, you think Fentian abandoned you all those years ago, but let me tell you plainly, he never abandoned you. And there was never anything improper between me and him. Without hesitation, she tore off the thin veil covering her face, her stubborn gaze locked onto Hua Xian. Impossible. You're lying. Hua Xian cried out in disbelief. I wasted the best years of my youth, waiting for a whole 100 years, just for him. 100 years. If I hadn't gone to the savage lands and witnessed the two of you getting married with my own eyes, I never would have believed it. Bing Xian's gaze remained indifferent. Sometimes, what you see isn't always the truth. Hua Xian's laughter rang out, sharp and bitter. Fentian, Bing Xian, now the two of you are trying to deceive me together. Her emotions surged once more as she shouted, Do you really think I'm that easy to fool? Calm down, Hua Xian. Bing Xian's voice turned cold, her authority as the Poison Sect's leader unmistakable. I came today to explain things once and for all. If you won't listen, I'll walk away right now. The force in her words startled Hua Xian, forcing her to take a deep breath and quiet down. Fine, Hua Xian muttered. Tell me. I want to hear everything. Fentian, standing quietly between the two women, let out a helpless sigh. Who would have thought that even with the strength of a Do Xian, I'd be powerless in matters of the heart? Love truly is a mystery, he said with a wry smile. Go on, Hua Xian urged, now calm but still filled with suspicion. Bing Xian glanced at her and began. Back then, Fentian met you first. He loved you first, and he wanted to marry you. Her voice softened with a hint of wistfulness. Honestly, I was jealous. If he had met me first, everything might have been different. Fentian sighed. Xianer has had a tough life. Hua Xian crossed her arms, skepticism written across her face. So if Fentian loved me first, why didn't he keep his promise to marry me after 100 years? Bing Xian's gaze became serious. Let me explain. Yes, Fentian wanted to keep his promise, but things didn't go as planned. Hua Xian clenched her fists, her voice trembling. I waited 100 years. And when I went to his homeland in the Savage Lands, I found him marrying you. EngSubs chuckled bitterly. Marriage? What a ridiculous word. I wish it had been real. EngSubs, you're from a noble family. You have unmatched beauty, talent, and prestige. Things I could never hope to compare to. I was just an ordinary woman. When Pavilion left you to return home, it was to inherit his family's legacy. But on the way, he stumbled upon me. Her voice grew heavy with the weight of memory. I'll never forget that fire. It burned everything. My entire village reduced to ashes. And that was the day the curse of the woeful poison body erupted within me. If Pavilion hadn't found me, I would have died that very night. Even then, I knew Pavilion was a man of great integrity. He refused to abandon me, carrying me back to his family to seek a cure. But his family opposed him. That was when I truly faced death, right there on their doorstep. EngSubs paused, then continued. Somehow, Pavillion's persistence wore them down. They finally agreed to help, but on one condition. Pavilion had to marry me. The family saw an opportunity in my curse. They believed they could transfer the woeful poison body from me to Pavilion through marriage. That was the only reason they approved. Her voice dropped. Pavilion was devastated. He hated his family for forcing this on him. But after much discussion, we agreed. It was the only way to save me. So, we went through with the marriage. Not out of love, but out of necessity. She looked EngSubs in the eye. The night you saw us getting married, that was the night we carried out the ritual to suppress the curse within me. You weren't there during the ceremony, EngSubs. If you had been, you would have known the truth. EngSubs' voice hardened. After the ritual, we entered the family's forbidden grounds to stabilize my condition. Pavilion told me that once I recovered, he would come back for you. Her voice softened again. You don't know how highly Pavilion spoke of you. He admired everything about you. EngSubs' eyes flickered with sorrow. But when we emerged from the forbidden grounds, everything was gone. The entire Pavilion family had been slaughtered. All we found was blood. And we learned it was you who had done it, single-handedly wiping out everyone in the family.